All right, Bass Gear Magazine at the 2020 NAMM show. We're here with Mark Najjar at the Sandberg booth, and he's going to tell us about some of the cool basses and a little history of the company. So, Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Can't complain.
You want a beer? You want some weed? You want anything like that?
Well, I always want beer. But...
Good answer.
Yes.
But yeah, welcome. This is our booth. So we've got, as I mentioned earlier, we've got a few new additions this year. Things that we found to be pretty important for the future of bass guitars. One thing that we were told about immediately is that we should really start to focus on lighter weight instruments. It's really important. I mean, for longevity, if you're playing those long gigs, you don't want to have something that weighs like a boat anchor, essentially. So we've come out with the Super Light series, and that's this. We found Palovnia wood, the Empress tree. We source it out of Madrid, or I'm sorry, Barcelona, near there. And it's got similar properties to, say, like swamp ash. Very thick sound, very resonant. And then that in conjunction with the roasted maple, with Norwegian roasted maple, it balances really well. And our machine heads on the California series are made from the same aluminum for airplanes. So it's very lightweight and balanced. But a bass that's under 7 pounds, this is like 6.5 pounds.
Wow.
And the 5 strings are as well, they balance beautifully. If you feel that,
holy cow.
I know. It's insane. Yeah.
It's got like a beach ball, man.
I know. It's pretty great. All that. We have the Nighthawk series for a long time, and it's been really cool, kind of an edgy, like aggressive sort of sound and look. So we came out with the Nighthawk Plus, which has a few key additions to it. One of which is the side dots are glow in the dark, the aluminum inlays.
Nice.
It's really important to have that when you're on a stage, it's foggy and where the lights are blaring in your face, you can see where you are. We've used the Sandberg Black Label pickups and the new Black Label preamp. It's a 3-band EQ, and it's a bit more of an aggressive sort of sound. It's really nice. And then we've also featured three new colors for this series. This is copper. We also have a dark gray, which there's a 5-string at the Dark Glass booth now, and also Inca Silver, which kind of has like a greenish hue to it. It's really, really beautiful. Metallic finishes. And then also the blacked out headstock. We can do this in black as well. And ebony fingerboards. Then over here, we've got the 48. This one is a signature model for Victor Brandt from the band, it's a Norwegian black metal band, Dimmu Borgir. And normally the 48 comes with our humbucking pickups, like a split coil with a humbucker cover and then a humbucker in the bridge. But he opted for the PJ configuration, so split coil and single coil. Our own pickups as well. Blacked out headstock, and it feels like it's nice and broken in as well. It's really cool. So this bass here is one of our Patchwork basses. We've become known for our Patchwork series basses. Essentially what we do is we take 4 separate basses, cut them down, and kind of piece it all together. But not just with finishes, also aging levels, and then different wood types, right? So you got this like mahogany, you got alder, ash, alder, and then different individual saddles, different colored knobs, tuners, patches on the fingerboard as well. It's really cool. Canadian hard rock maple neck, so it sings really well. So what we did is we took the concept over to this patchwork here, the neon patchwork. We actually made that in collaboration with artist Mono Neon, who's here earlier. He thumping on it. It's awesome. Of course, he's playing it left-handed now, which is kind of sweet. So same idea, but instead of like all the different hardwares and stuff like that, we just focused on the color of it all, which is really important for it. One of my personal favorite. We've got another one over here too. I'm gonna go swing over and grab it. These guys. This is the new Lionel Series for us. It's a short scale, 30-inch scale, passive. It's our split coil pickup, so it's got a nice thump to it. And then just volume and tone, super simple. We thought it was important to get short scales out there because it's becoming pretty popular in the marketplace among bass players, people with smaller hands, but also guitar players who want a bass that sits in their bedroom or their recording studio at home. They've got something they can pick up that feels familiar enough, but has the right sort of sound that sits in the mix that we're all used to as well. And also, side note, Lionel is my son's middle name. So it was a nice little homage to my kid.
Super cool, yeah, definitely.
The last new addition is this. Every once in a while, we'll do limited runs of select finishes and stuff like that. So this is our TT4, 2 single coil pickups. It's passive. Again, it's using our black label pickups, so a nice big bite to it, right? So as someone who's personally been around a lot, I've had the luxury of being around a lot of vintage instruments in my time, like a lot of 70s basses and stuff. This feels like the real deal, but it looks like the real deal too. Like the way that a natural finish will age, you get this like sort of like grayish blotchiness, like where someone's been resting their hand or their arm, like over years of sweat and cigarettes and drugs and stuff like that. You know, it's all in there. But also years of playing, it'll wear in select spots like that. On the back of the neck is the most important to me. As far as feeling, it just feels nice and broken in, like somebody's been playing this for decades. So our guy Christian, who does our aging in-house, the Masterpiece Age stuff, knocked it out of the park with these. So there were 15 of this natural TT4 Masterpiece made. A handful of dealers have already scooped them up. And it's pretty lightweight as well. It's really nice.
What's your price point on those guys?
This is, I think it's like $3,900. Okay. Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Oh, we're digging this up. If you haven't played a Sandberg bass, man, you have to get your hands on one. These things just knock them out of the park. They have a great feel, and you guys are kicking butt, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Catch y'all later.